92 degrees in Sacramento, 93 in Stockton, 92 down in Modesto, 84 Jackson, 68 in Tahoe, and 70 in Truckee. Temperatures much warmer than normal by about 10 degrees across the valley. But the peak of the heat is tomorrow. We're going to be in those mid to upper 90s in the valley. Thankfully, that's as warm as it's going to get for this round of heat, because by the time we get into the long holiday weekend, we're back in those mid 80s across the valley, and we could be even cooler by Tuesday of next week. 66 is where we're at right now in Sacramento, 71 in Elk Grove and Stockton, 75 in Manteca, 76 in Modesto, 79 in Tracy, 71 Colusa, 74 in Oroville, 60s and 70s in the foothills, and 40s up in the high country. There's a little bit of a wind, but it's not doing a whole lot to help us cool off this evening. So Thursday morning is going to be a rather mild start. Once again, we should be closer to 53. We're going to be about 57, 58 across most of the valley, some 60s in the foothills, and some mid-30s up near Tahoe. By Thursday afternoon, like I said, peak of the heat and very likely the warmest day of the year. The warmest day of the year so far, 94 degrees. We did that last week. My forecast for tomorrow is 96 in Sacramento, 96 in Stockton, 97 in Modesto, 91 Fairfield, 93 in Vacaville, 98 up in Colusa, 96 in Marysville, some upper 80s across the foothills, 69 in Tahoe, and 72 in Truckee. For Friday, still in those low to middle 90s, but then we do see temperatures starting to work their way down as we go into the weekend. Areas closer to the Delta will likely be cooler. Areas a little further away, such as Modesto, still going to hold on to some of that 90-degree heat. The other thing, too, is starting tomorrow, we could see a few showers, mainly on the eastern side of the Sierra. Then by the time we get to Friday afternoon, we could see some showers near Tahoe up along the Sierra crest. Overall, not a real big impact, but it is something to be mindful of. The weather can change quickly up there with those showers. And certainly if you hear any thunder, you want to make sure you're working your way off the mountains back down towards shelter. Let's look at the weather pattern here. High pressure off to our west. We got this system. This is the one that brought us some of that wind and cooler temperatures. That one's moving on out of here. What we don't see is high pressure building back in. So we're going to enter into a very seasonal, pretty quiet stretch of weather as we go through the long weekend. Now, as we go into next week, we could see this system dropping in. Now, one of two things is likely to happen. It ends up like this, where it drops into the Pacific Northwest, just to the north of us. It'll give us stronger onshore winds, bring us some cooler temperatures. Some of the models have it coming in a little bit off to our east, diving into the Great Basin. If that happens, we'll end up with that northerly flow, meaning we could once again see some northerly winds and temperatures not quite as cool. For now, I'm going with the cooler system coming in right over top of us, bringing us some stronger onshore flow. And that's why we're going to be in those upper 70s and low 80s by the time we get to Tuesday. But you do notice after we get to the peak of the heat tomorrow and those mid to upper 90s, we're working our way back down, 80s through the long weekend, low 80s early next week.